Our first chapter, this is Fourier series. Before going to the topic, I want to discuss some general things. Periodic function. Anybody knows about periodic function? What the periodic function is? G, anybody? Periodic function. You all have read about this periodic function. हम लोगों ने सुना है sin x is a periodic function, cos x is a periodic function, but why so?
Which
Why
is between
sin
a
x?
fixed time interval.
Yes, good. Weber Mahajan. Good. जी बेटा, periodic function which repeats itself. ठीक है? The function which repeats itself is called periodic function. For example, this is the sine curve. ठीक है? You all know about the sine curve and so on. ठीक है? This is 0. This is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2. And this is 2 pi. At the point 0 and at the point 2 pi, it will be having same value. ठीक है? After that, again this curve goes up, then again goes down, and again stops at this point. So after going, we have again the same curve. So the function is repeating after a period of 2 pi. 0 से लेके 2 pi तक values different हैं. 0 at the point 0, we have sine 0 is 0. At the point pi by 2, we have sine pi by 2 equals to 1. At the point pi, sine pi is again 0. At the point 3 pi by 2, sine 3 pi by 2 will be equals to minus 1. And again, at the point 2 pi, sine 2 pi will be equals to again 0. So the maximum value of sine is plus 1 and minimum value of sine is minus 1. Sine curve always lies between 1 and minus 1. So periodic function is a function which repeats itself after some interval. We can write it as f of x plus t is again equals to fx. Okay, you can find the result from this curve again. This is sine of x plus 2 pi. This is again equals to sine x. You know, sine of 2 pi plus theta. This is again equals to sine theta. Okay, after the angle of 2 pi, after the interval of 2 pi, its values repeats. So write down the definition of periodic function. A function fx. A function fx. I hope the definition is clear to all of you. A function fx. A function f of x which satisfies the relation this relation f of x plus t equals to fx. F of x plus t equals to fx for all values of x. For all values of x is called periodic function. Is called periodic function. The smallest number t, this number t, the smallest number t for which the relation holds, the smallest function t for which the relation holds is called period of fx. Is called period of fx.
The relation which
the relation holds, for which the relation holds, HOLDS, for which the relation holds is called period of fx. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट लाइन में लिख लो, does f of x, this again, does f of x repeats itself after a period of t. After a period of t. Fine. Anybody having any doubt in this definition, that is periodic function? Periodic function is nothing, it is just that is the repetition of values after some interval. ठीक है, values repeat होना एक interval के बाद, repetition of values after any interval. ठीक है, again you know that sin x, cos x, tan x, cot x, cosecant x, cotangent x, these all functions are called periodic function. Okay, next definition is Fourier series. Write down Fourier series. Fourier series, let me write down the spellings. But is the board visible from this side where I am writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fourier series. F-O-U-R-I-E-R. F-O-U-R-I-E-R. Fourier series. This is a series. This is a series useful to express the function. This is a series useful to express the function in a series of sines and cosines. Into a series of sines and cosines. So Fourier series is nothing. It is just the expansion of the function. If you have any function, you can express in the infinite series of sine and cosine. That expansion is known as Fourier series, right? I hope it is understand to you that what the Fourier series is. This is just the expansion of the function in the terms of sines and cosines. Okay. Now let me tell what is a even function. Just note down, I am asking about even function. What is an even function? Even numbers, you all know. The number which is divisible by 2, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, and multiples of 2. These are called even numbers. But what is an even function? Anybody? Anybody from your side?
F of x is equals to f of minus x.
Very good, Shreyansh. If we have f of minus x is equals to fx, then that function is known as even function. Okay? Okay? If we have f of minus x is equals to fx, then that function is known as even function. Just write it down. Be fast. If we have f of minus x is equals to fx, then the function is said to be an even function. For example, an example. Any example? Anybody, beta? Anybody? You have to just replace x with minus x. And if we get again the same function, that function is called even function. Suppose f of x is equals to x square. We have any function, f of x is equals to x square. If we replace x with minus x, what we will get? Minus x the whole square. It will be again equals to x square. If we square the negative term, it will be again equals to x square. So x square kya tha? Again f of x. From this we get the relation f of minus x is equals to fx. It means that x square is an even function. Is it understood to you? If we have this relationship, in that case, that function is known as even function. Simply, if you have any function, I have just taken only one example. Many more examples are there of this type. Replace x with minus x. Here, x will be replaced with minus x square. It will be equals to again x square. So x square kya tha? Again, it is equals to fx. So f of minus x is equals to fx. So fx, यहाँ पे fx क्या है? This is x square. This is an even function. Let me ask MD Shahnawaz. MD Shahnawaz, beta, kindly unmute yourself. MD Shahnawaz, beta, be active in the class. Be active in the class. You can be asked any question during the class. Okay? No response. Medhavi or Madhavi, I don't know how to pronounce. Medhavi?
Yes, ma'am.
Ji, but first of all, pronounce your name.
Medhavi.
Medhavi. Okay. Medhavi, sin x is a sine. Is this function as even or odd?
Ma'am, it's odd.
Odd function. Very good. Dekho, fx is sin x. And for even odd function, we have to check this condition. Okay? Just replace x with minus x. This is sine of minus x. And you all know that sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. This is minus sine as it is sine x is f of x. Matlab, f of minus x is minus fx. So this function is not even. Okay. Next is odd function. Write down the odd function. A function fx is said to be odd. A function f of x is said to be odd if f of minus x is equals to minus fx. A function fx is said to be odd if f of minus x is equals to minus of fx. Then this function is called odd function. Okay. Is it clear, beta? Any doubt till now?
No,
Any doubt,
ma'am.
beta? Okay, Vishal, just tell me, sum of two even functions will be an even function or odd function?
Ma'am, it's even function.
Even function, very good. Beta, dekho, we have two even functions. Even functions means if f of minus x is equals to fx. If we have two even functions, then the sum will again be equals to even function. Okay. Munna Kumar, B3 class. Munna.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji. But a product of two even functions will be even function or odd function?
Odd function.
No. बेटा even function is there. ठीक है? Two even functions हैं हमारे पास. अभी आपको बताया a function is said to be even if f of minus x is equals to again fx. Minus sign is absorbed. So if we multiply two even functions, it will be again equals to even function. ठीक है? There will be no negative sign. Okay? Okay. Now we will tell that sum of two odd functions will be Sumit. Ji beta.
Even function होगा.
Even.
Sum of two odd functions. If two functions are odd, that is minus fx and minus fx is there. If f of x is equals to minus fx, na, only then it will be odd function. Okay, we have two odd functions. If we add these two odd functions, it will be minus fx minus fx. It will be equals to minus 2fx. Minus sign is there, so it means that this is again an odd function. Beta ji, write down these properties. It will be useful in your questions. Okay. Firstly, I told you that sum of two even functions is again an even function. Okay, sum of two even functions is again an even function. Secondly, product of two even functions is again an even function. Just note it down. Product of two even functions is again an even function. Thirdly, it is sum of two odd functions is again an odd function. You have to just remember about. Vishal, just mute your mic. Sum of two odd functions will be equals to odd function. Okay? Okay. Product of two odd functions will be
even function.
Even.
Function. Minus sign will be converted into positive sign. So it will be equals to plus whatever the function it is. Okay? Product of two odd functions is an even function. I hope that you are writing side by side. Product of two odd functions is again an even function. Product of two odd functions is again an even function. Navkiran call. Navkiran, beta ji, mute yourself, unmute yourself. Ji, what will be the answer? Odd function multiplied by even function.
Ma'am,
Odd function. Good. Pratham Sharma.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji, beta. What will be the answer?
I'm odd function.
Odd function. Good. Let me ask. Vivek, beta. Vivek. Lead student.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji. What will be the answer?
Ma'am, odd function.
Odd function. ठीक है बेटा. Means that you all are attentive. So odd function multiplied by even function, because odd function is minus of fx. Even function will be equals to fx. Minus sign will be there, and inside there will be any function. So as we are getting minus sign, so it will be odd function. Okay. Okay. Next result. If we have same limits under the integral sign, that is from minus a to a, this a will be same, and function is even, then its value will be equals to 2 times 0 to a fx dx. I hope you remember this result of integrations. If the function is even, then the limits from minus a to a fx dx will change into 2 times 0 to a fx dx. If the function is even, and we have to check this condition only if we have same number under the integral sign. Okay? Next result, if we have minus a to a fx dx and function is odd, then its value will be equals to 0. Fine. If we have minus a to a fx dx and function is odd, then its value is equals to 0. Then its value will be equals to 0. So these were some basic things. You must know about these things. Let us start with a topic, that is the Fourier series. This is Euler's formulae. But all these questions what we have done in the class till now, these are important for 2 marks. Fine, you will get 2 marks questions from these only. Okay, what is the periodic function? What is the even function? What is odd function? So you must know about these things. Now it is Euler's formulae. Euler's formula is nothing. This is just a formula how to expand the function in the Fourier series. Just write the value fx is equals to a naught by 2 plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity an cos nx plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity bn sin nx, where a naught is equals to 1 by pi c to c plus 2 pi fx dx. इंटरवल है यहाँ पे c to c plus 2 pi. A naught is this. An is equals to 1 by pi c to c plus 2 pi fx cos nx dx, and bn is equals to 1 by pi c to c plus 2 pi fx sin nx dx. These are called Euler's formulae, and using these formulae we will find the value of a naught, an and bn. After finding the value of a naught, an and bn, we will substitute these values in this fx, and the result will be a Fourier expansion. Okay, and the result will be a Fourier expansion. Just note it down. If there is any doubt, you can ask.
मैं repeat करना.
Fx is equals to a naught upon 2 plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity an cos nx plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity bn sin nx. This is our Euler's formula. In this, we have to find the values of a naught, an and bn. And how we can find the values of a naught, an and bn? A naught will be given by 1 by pi. This is the sign of integration. C to c plus 2 pi fx dx. An is equals to 1 upon pi. Again, integration sign within the limits c to c plus 2 pi fx cos nx dx. And bn is equals to 1 upon pi within the sign of integration limit c to c plus 2 pi fx sin nx. After finding the values of a naught, an and bn, you have to substitute these values in these terms, and you will get the expansion, and that expansion is known as Fourier expansion. Is it clear, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, based upon these formulas, we have again some results. Write down results. Number 1, in the interval in the interval, put c equals to 0. In general, we have internal c to c plus 2 pi. So x है, that varies from c to c plus 2 pi. But if we put c equals to 0, then interval becomes 0 to 2 pi. यही आएगा. Put c equals to 0. You will get 0. In this term, you will get 0 plus 2 pi. It will be 2 pi. If we put c equals to 0 in the interval, then interval becomes 0 to 2 pi. आगे लिखो. In that case, a naught will be equals to. In that case, a naught will be equals to. Write it again. I'm changing over here. You write it again, beta. A naught is equals to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx dx. An is equals to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx cos nx dx, and bn is equals to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi fx sin nx dx. This interval will be changed. After finding the values of a naught, an and bn, you have to again substitute these values in this relationship. After that, you will get the Fourier expansion. Is it clear, beta?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
clear? Beta, if there is any doubt, you can ask.
मैम इसको जरा दोबारा रिपीट कर दीजिएगा मैम.
जी beta. Again, we are going to start some results. This was the result depending upon the interval 0 to 2 pi. Again, we have to change the interval. If we put c equals to minus pi, c equals to minus pi, interval will become, what will be the interval? Interval will be, put c equals to minus pi, it will be minus less than x. Put c equals to minus pi, it will be minus pi plus 2 pi. So it will
3 pi.
be equals to pi. Beta minus pi plus 2 pi hai.
Sorry,
Okay?
ma'am.
We are changing c to minus pi. So it will be minus pi plus 2 pi. It will be equals to pi. Okay? So interval becomes minus pi to pi. Now note the step. Interval has become minus pi to pi. If you remember, in previous results, we discussed about this type of term, minus a to a fx dx. If the function is even, then its value will be equals to 2 times 0 to a fx dx. And if the function is odd, then its value will be equals to 0. It will be applicable only when this term is same. Now, see, this term is same. This is pi and pi. This is with negative sign and this is with positive sign. So, if the interval is from minus pi to pi, a naught will be, this is 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx dx. Just write it down if the function is even. Write it. If the function is even, then a naught will be equals to 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx dx. Okay? In general formula, we have just changed from c to c plus 2 pi to minus pi to pi. Now limits are same and the function is even. Limits are same and the function is even. The value of a naught will be 2 by pi 0 to pi fx dx. Any doubt in this step? Any doubt in this
No,
step,
ma'am.
beta?
No, ma'am.
Function is an even function. An even function, if we have the same limits from minus pi to pi, in that case, the result will be 2 by pi and limits will be from 0 to pi fx dx. ठीक है. Now let's move towards an. It will be equals to 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx cos nx dx. Now the function is even. Function fx is even. Cos is even function or odd function? What type of function is cos? Is it even function or odd
Even.
function? Even function.
Even function.
Very good. But a product of two even functions is again even function.
Even person.
ठीक है? Product of two even functions is again an even function. It means that it can also be written as 2 by pi 0 to pi fx cos nx dx. Is it clear? Is this step clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now move towards Bn. Fx is an even function. Is sine function even or odd? Sine
Odd
function is even
function.
or odd?
Odd function.
This
Odd.
is even function. This is odd
Odd
function. ठीक है? And product of even and odd function is
Odd function.
odd function. So its value will be equals to 0.
0.
We have not to evaluate any integration here. ठीक है? Simply you can write, since the function is odd, so value of this function will be equals to 0. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, write it down. In case of even function, value of Bn is equals to 0. Value of Bn equals to 0. And next line, write down. So fx is equals to, f of x is equals to, यहाँ तक लिखना आपने. This is a naught by 2 plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity a n cos nx. आगे ये टर्म नहीं लिखनी है. ठीक है? fx will be equals to a naught by 2 plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity a n cos nx. Because bn is 0, so this whole term will be equals to 0. Fine, beta. Is there any doubt? Any doubt, beta? Okay, no doubt is there.
मैम bn का लिमिट्स क्या होगा? 1 by pi 0 to pi.
0 to pi. It will be 0 to pi. ठीक है? Next, if the function is odd. Next result है, if the function is odd. Now see, function is odd. If the function is odd, then what will be the value of a naught? Limits are from minus pi to pi again. We are discussing the case where we have the limits from minus pi to pi. If the limits are same, only in that case we can discuss about even and odd function. Otherwise, we cannot discuss about even and odd function. Limits are from minus pi to pi. Function is odd. So the value of a naught will be equals to 0. Okay. Now the value of an. fx is odd function, but cos is an even function. Cos to even function hai. Multiplication of even and odd function will be equals to
Odd function.
odd function, and its value is again equals to 0. But I am proceeding very slowly, very slowly. If any doubt is there, you can ask. Afterwards, we will start our questions, and questions are purely based upon these forms. If there is any doubt, you can ask. Okay? Now let's move towards Bn. Bn is 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx sine x dx. Now function is odd. Fx is an odd function. And we know that sine is again an odd function. and product of two odd functions will be equals to even function. So its value will be equals to 2 by pi 0 to pi fx sine nx dx. ठीक है, 2 by pi 0 to pi fx sine nx dx. Next line में लिख लो. So if the function is odd, a naught is 0, an is 0. A naught equals to 0, an is equals to 0. Next line में लिख लो. Therefore f of x is equals to, this term only, summation n varies from 1 to infinity bn sine nx.
What, ma'am? Therefore,
f of x is equals to this term. Summation n varies from 1 to infinity bn sine nx, where bn is this. So these are the basic requirements of our chapter. I am again repeating some formulas. First of all, for finding the Fourier series, you have to find the Euler's formulas. What the Euler formulas are? Euler formula is f of x is equals to a naught by 2 plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity an cos nx plus summation n varies from 1 to infinity bn sine nx. Okay, and we have to just evaluate the values of a naught, an and bn. After finding the values of a naught, an and bn, we will put this values in a naught, an and bn's place, right? Now, what the a naught, an and bn are, we have to find the values of a naught, an and bn by these formulas. These formulas were, I am erasing from this side. I am writing just the journal form again. A naught was c to c plus 2 pi fx cos nx, this is c to c plus 2 pi fx dx. An, this is c to c plus 2 pi fx cos nx dx, and bn was c to c plus 2 pi fx sine nx dx. ठीक है? Before going towards the results, just again a recap. Even and odd functions. Even function, if we replace x with minus x, but again as a result we get fx, then that function is known as even function. Odd function, if we replace x with minus x and we get f of minus x is equals to minus fx, then we get an odd function. So if we put c equals to 0, in that case interval will be 0 to 2 pi. Interval will be 0 to 2 pi. Everything will remain the same. Just in these formulas, we have to change the limits. And limits will be from 0 to 2 pi. From 0 to 2 pi and from 0 to 2 pi. Result number 2 was if we replace c with minus pi. If we replace c with minus pi, in that case, the limits will be from minus pi to pi. Minus pi to pi and minus pi to pi. Now limits are same with positive and negative sign. If we get same limits with positive and negative sign, in that case we can check about even and odd function. देखो, if you don't check even and odd function, then result will be again same. If we solve it, result will be same. But if we can understand the concept of even and odd function, in that case we have to write only one step. If the function is odd, the value will be 0. If you don't remember, just solve it. After that, you will get all the terms cancelled with each other, and answer will ultimately equals to 0. So I hope it is clear to you that even and odd ka concept, if you understand that, then you can simply write in one step your answer. But if you forget about that, then you can solve it, and after solving you will get the same result. Okay. If function is even, in that case, limits will be from 2 times 0 to pi, and bn will be equals to 0. If the function is odd, in that case, a0 will be equals to 0, an will be equals to 0, and bn will be equals to from 2 times 0 to pi. So is it clear, beta? If there is
Yes.
any doubt, you can ask.